Our proposal is a concept design for affordable housing located in the Macarthur Gardens North site. The proposal is an apartment complex which comprises of studio and one-bedroom apartments. The scope of the project is to add one affordable housing apartment on the existing concept plan produced by Landcom. The main objectives of this proposal are to analyze and identify the local housing needs through demographic and market research, produce design solution that is feasible with 20% profit margin, and ensuring that the design is within building restrictions and regulations. The literature review covered two aspects of affordable housing: difficulties of younger generations getting into the property market and using the size of housing to address affordability. Home ownership rate has been on a steady decline, and this trend is forecasted to continue downwards, which is especially true for younger generations. The main solution discussed in the literature was policy reforms, which is out of scope for this proposal, and the other one was to increase supply through smaller housing to maximize the floor space ratio. Small apartments address affordability as it is more dense, allowing more households to occupy the space. This housing typology caters to the singleton demographics, meets housing demands, fits well with the young professionals' lifestyles, allows easier entry into the property market for lower income first home buyers, and reduces living expenses.
Macarthur Gardens North has a great living environment in regards to nearby facilities. There is University of Western Sydney, TAFE, and Macarthur Station within a 5-minute walking distance. You can also get to the Macarthur Square that has entertainment, food, and clothing market, which is within a 10-minute walking distance. And in 15-minute walks or 5-minute drive, you can get to the Campbelltown Hospital. The site is surrounded by a beautiful natural environment of a Cumberland woodland, along with the Baobab Creek. The woodland provides unique vegetations and animals which are listed as protected species, such as the grey box trees, forest red gum trees, rough bark apple tree, the grey-headed flying fox, and little lorikeets, to name a few. This unique and diverse natural environment will provide a soothing green view, shelter, and walkway, and make one appreciate this exclusive environment. The history of Campbelltown begins in 1820, founded by Governor Macquarie, and in decades the city expands to Macarthur Gardens, constructing all the necessary facilities such as the Campbelltown Hospital, Macarthur Square, TAFE Campbelltown, University of Western Sydney, and Macarthur Station in the early 1980s. The context map analysis shows how there is an exponential growth in the number of residential constructions in the area, and also a lacking number of apartments, which hints the smaller choice of housing types and the unaffordability of freestanding houses for people with low income.
Within walking distance of centres, and the site is conveniently located close to both Macarthur Square Shopping Centre and Macarthur Station. The DCP supports both the SEPs and the LEP by providing a more concise control through specific site requirements such as accessibility and setbacks, and many elements from SEC 65 crossover. An example being the floor space minimums mentioned earlier in the SEP 65 policy. The Campbelltown Local Housing Strategy is a strategic vision for the LGA, and some of the key considerations of relevance for us are the provisions for affordable housing and more diversity within housing, which is expected to worsen with the future residential growth in the Campbelltown LGA. This strategy aligns well with Campbelltown 2027 Community Strategic Plan, as it also identifies enabling a range of housing choices that the current market lacks. This mix of policies at both the local and state level are consistently identifying a lack of diversity in the housing market alongside our research, and we hope our product alleviates some of the market problems.
The Australian Bureau of Statistics illustrates that there is a large contingent of young adults between the age of 20 and 39. Young adults make up 30% of the age demography of the Campbelltown LGA surrounding the Macarthur region, with seniors being the smallest age demographic in Campbelltown. The largest age demography that makes less than $1,000 weekly are predominantly young adults between the age of 20 and 39. This makes it incredibly hard for them to obtain housing, whether it is saving up for a deposit or trying to find accommodation with affordable rents. Between the years of 2011 and 2016, more affordable dwellings such as apartments have not expanded to any significant amount. Apartments only make up 4% of the housing market in Campbelltown's LGA. This furthermore illustrates that there is a shortage of affordable housing in the area. Between the years of 2011 and 2016, incomes have increased at a significantly lower rate proportionally to mortgage repayments and rental repayments. For rent, the rise has been even more pronounced. For low-income earners, a rise in rent is the most harmful impact on affordable housing.
Feasibility analysis was conducted for the project by assuming 96 studio apartments selling at $300,000 per unit and 48 one-bedroom units selling at $400,000, with gross realization of $47 million. By seeking 20% developer profit margin, equating to $7.3 million, the residual land value was also $7.3 million. This meant that the proposal was very profitable and feasible.
Landcom's proposed project map envisions 2 apartments, 1 mixed-use apartment, 1 large public park, and terrace houses, which totals up to approximately 56 terrace houses and between 700 to 944 apartment units. These buildings are located adjacent to the Cumberland woodland to preserve the protected area. For our design proposal, we will be reforming one of Landcom's apartment in the project map. It is located between the terrace houses and the mixed-use apartment.
Maintaining total apartment complexes proposed within the Landcom proposal of 944 apartment complexes. Affordable apartment buildings include the following: 144 small apartments, those small apartments being 48 single-bedroom apartments and 96 studio apartments. Remaining apartment complexes dwellings to hold 800 mixed apartment complexes. By introducing an apartment complex with only small one-bedrooms and studio apartments into one complex, it provides for an easier find for students and young adults looking for affordable housing in the area. In spite of it not offering a mix of apartment types, the neighboring apartment complexes will supplement that loss. Each apartment designed within the minimal size requirements to allow for optimal profits as well as affordable housing to target the specific needs of young adults, such as smaller living areas to provide only the necessity needs as well as smaller balconies, with practical design choices to support a smaller living space such as a wall-on kitchen and desk. In addition, the amalgamation of laundry and bathroom through our development proposal, we wish to amend and add further detail to part of the existing Landcom proposal in regards to its apartments proposal. Furthermore, we wish to introduce an affordable housing apartment complex to alleviate the housing stress of young people in the region. This will be achieved through introducing a low-cost, affordable apartment complex targeted specifically towards young people. This further opens up the opportunity for local governments to provide student rent subsidies for the complex to provide more equitable access for students to have better access to educational facilities such as the TAFE, local TAFE and university.
To summarize the proposal, the design problem was to understand the local housing needs, which we've identified as the need for affordable housing for singleton demographics. Our proposal addressed the problem by maximizing the density and by using the minimum permissible space. This resulted in a design with low construction and maintenance costs and provided affordable housing to meet the demand of target demographics. A more recent and accurate data tailored to the Macarthur region may have improved the proposal.